here we go. I'm the digital content director for Food and Wine, and I have introed a bunch of these this weekend so far, and I will say this was the best walk-in music so far. So I have the honor of introducing Chef Tim Love to you. So when I asked Chef, is there anything you want me to say? Do you want me to talk about one of your many, many beloved restaurants? He said, nah, just tell him to have a good time. So with that, have a good time. Thanks, guys.
What's up? Won't you tell me where have all the good times gone? Where have all the good times gone? All right. Aspen. This is fucking Aspen right here. All right, here we go. Now listen. Listen. I had to get one out of the way real quick. That's it. It's my 10th year here. 10th year here. I'm honored. I'm proud. I'm happy. I'm happy I'm doing the last demo on Saturday. I've never done that. Hopefully you guys are really, really tuned up. I mean, I am, so you might as well be too. We're going to have some fun today. So, today, woke up this morning, went down to the market, little market over here if y'all have ever been there. And I saw some amazing zucchini today. It reminded me of one thing. I was just in Italy, like a week and a half ago with my family, and we went on this boat outside of Capri, and we had this dish on Nero Island. It's a little island. All the way you get there is by boat. And they're famous for one thing and one thing only. And it's spaghetti with zucchini. So I scrapped all the shit I was going to do today. And I said, shit, let's make some spaghetti with zucchini. But don't worry, we're going to cook some meat. You know what I'm saying? I can't go full Italian on you. We got to go deep on the meat too, but we're going to make some spaghetti with zucchini with bistecca alla Fiorentina. I rearranged my whole deal because, I don't know, why not? It's my 10th year, and shit, y'all seen all my other shit, so. Are y'all ready for that? Are we having fun in Aspen? I love this place. Every time I come here, you know, I've been working and working and working and working. I've been on the road a lot. I did 4 demonstrations in a row at Bonnaroo, camping in a tent. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go to Aspen. We landed on Wednesday. I'm like, there's never a chance I'm not coming to this place and hanging out with y'all. So thank you for being here. All right. So, quite frankly, 2 very simple dishes, okay? 2 very simple dishes. They're going to be so simple that I'm going to have some people from the audience help me out because, you know, I've been cooking for a long time and I'm old and my hands hurt and all that stuff. So I'm going to make some of y'all do some of the work for me because that's what I do. But we're going to make these 2 dishes. And literally, this is what I love to eat at home. This is the kind of things I like to eat at home. So that's what we're going to cook today is things that I like to cook at home. When I get back from being on the road, hanging out with my girls, and my mom, my wife, and my son, and we get together. The first thing we do is, we eat Mexican food with lots of queso. And then we cook at home. We grill out, and this is a meal that I would make for my family or for any one of you that ever showed up at my house, and I'd be very proud of it. So y'all ready for this? Let's do it. Let's start with the zucchini, okay? This is, quite frankly, two zucchini here we got. Very big zucchini, obviously. At Nero Island, they grow in southern Italy, I feel like they grow 2 things. Zucchini and lemons. And their lemons literally are like 7 times the size of these lemons. It's crazy. And they grow everywhere. And if you've never been there, it looks like vineyards when you're hanging out in southern Italy. And it's not, there are vineyards there, don't get me wrong. But 90% of it is lemons. And they like to serve them They cut them up in these big wedges, and they put a little salt on it, and they eat it like a snack. It's kind of crazy. They're super sweet. They're kind of like a Meyer lemon a little bit, but really they're just really big lemons, and they're really, really tasty. We can't get those here in America. I tried to smuggle a couple back, and then they held me back in the airport, which is not good, but, you know, that's how I do it. So we're going to take and everywhere you go in southern Italy, they love to serve stuffed zucchini flowers because they grow a lot of zucchini, they get a lot of zucchini flowers. So, first things first, and when I talk to the chef in Italy, and we talk about this dish, they never ever cut the zucchini other than one way, and that's cross-cut it like this. So, about a 1/4 inch thick like this, okay? And you got to catch them because they run away like that. So just real simply like this. Now I'm going to have somebody else finish these as I saute the first part. So what we do is we want to cut them just like this, 1/4 inch thick. Now, everybody can buy zucchini everywhere. That's what I love about this dish. And when I first heard about it, and everybody will tell you, hey, if you go here, you got to get the spaghetti with zucchini. You're like, okay, I mean, what's the trick? I mean, spaghetti and zucchini. You're like, no. It's like cacio e pepe. Anybody here ever had cacio e pepe before? So the thing about cacio e pepe is like steak. Everybody on the planet thinks they can cook cacio e pepe, and 98% of them suck at it, okay? Just like steaks. Everybody thinks they can grill a great steak, but unless you've been to my class, you don't grill a great one, you just grill an okay one. So it's the same with this. So we're going to spread all these out and season them with a little bit of salt and pepper, very simply. Okay? Are y'all alive out there? Come on now. We're going to have some fun today. So I'm going to season them lightly with salt and pepper like this. All right? And this is pretty simple. Now zucchini has a little bit of starch in it. That's why we're making this dish, and I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. So when you cut the zucchini, it kind of can stick together. You know, as you saw, it sticks to your knife, sticks together. It's got some sugars in it. It's got some starches in it. That's what makes this dish so unique. So I've got a hot pan here, not real hot, but hot, and a little bit of olive oil like this. And then we're going to take some fresh garlic and shave it. You know, like they do on Goodfellas. You know what I'm saying? Like this. Yeah, see, you know what Goodfellas is, right? You weren't in prison, were you? I wasn't trying to go that far with it. It's just a movie. Now, we're going to let the garlic kind of simmer in here a little bit. Now, I've already got some water on here. It's almost boiling. As that simmers, we're going to add salt to the water. So when you cook pasta, you're like, shit, I thought we were going to a steak class. I don't know what's going on here. When you cook pasta, the one thing I could teach you, and you hear about it a lot, and I mean, you read about it a lot, you have to salt the water to taste like the ocean. So everybody here, I would assume, because you're in Aspen, you're all rich, so you've been to the ocean before. Right? So, I mean, anybody out there that denies that, I'm going to call you a liar straight away. So disagree with me. So we want to salt the water to taste like the ocean. That doesn't mean like a teaspoon of salt. That means a good amount of salt. It's got to taste like the ocean. We all know what that tastes like. When you take a spill on a surfboard or you're just out there, you get pounded by a wave, it needs to taste salty. If you don't, your pasta's, you can put it right on top, honey. Your pasta's not going to be any good, okay? It's not going to, just period. It's all about the water, more than anything else, and I'll tell you why here in a second. But so now I've sizzled this garlic a little bit to where it browns, okay? All I'm doing is flavoring the oil for the zucchini, okay? That's it. This dish, I'm telling you, is very, very simple, yet the technique is what makes it great. You can make spaghetti with zucchini 500 ways. Most of them are going to be terrible. This one's going to be delicious, mainly because you don't get to taste it, and I'm going to tell you it's delicious. So, see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to take this garlic, and I'm just going to let it hang out over here on this paper towel. Okay? Leave the oil in the pan, which is flavored, and now I'm going to set my zucchini in there. We're just going to let this stuff kind of sizzle a little bit. I'm going to turn the heat up. Right now I'm on medium heat. Now, we're not like being real particular about the zucchini and the way it lays in the pan, but we're going to start with it that way. So, like this, okay? My middle name is actually Luigi. I've never told anybody that, but it's something. My kids don't even know it either. You should know that, girls. My name's Luigi. So, all right, so I'm going to let them simmer. I'm going to season the backside of them as well. A little black pepper, a little salt. Now, this is all preparation for the dish that you're going to make later, as I'm going to show you here in a minute. We're getting ready to make really one of the most fun meals you can make outside. So everybody's got a side burner on their grill, right? And that you never use. Perfect. And then we all know that. Nobody heats beans on that shit, even though they talk about it. So let's just be honest. It's an honest crew here. All right, so we want to saute this where it doesn't get too brown, okay? Just a little color on the zucchini. So not super hot pan, as you can see, but we want it to be hot enough when we start that the zucchini's not going to stick. As you see, it all moves around a little bit, right? Just getting some color on it, like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to start tossing it. We just want to kind of melt the zucchini a little bit. Anybody ever made spaghetti with zucchini before? Oh, you have? Perfect. Come here. So, what's your name? What's your name, honey? Debbie. All right, cool. So when you, as the zucchini cooks, Debbie, right? Debbie, where have your hands been? Your friends seem concerned. I don't understand. They're concerned about the cleanliness of your hands right now. But don't use that water. It's dirty, too. Just hang out for a minute. So listen, Debbie, what I want you to do is, A, pour us 2 shots of tequila. Start with that. Right here. So we're going to toss the zucchini around like this, okay? As you can see, just getting a little bit of color, letting the olive oil absorb into the zucchini a little bit like this. Now that we've added salt to the water, Debbie, the water should be boiling, which it almost is. Perfect. Debbie, when you make, tell me what do I do next?
Well, we want to make sure it's browned on both sides.
Brown on both sides. Okay, good. After that, do you know what we do next?
Probably just take it off the heat.
Just take it off the heat and let it rest. Oh, good. Zucchini got a lot of feelings, needs to calm down, or?
Because you're busy, you can't do everything at once.
Right, that's exactly right. I can't do everything at once. So when you make spaghetti with zucchini, how do you do it? You just make spaghetti, put zucchini in it?
Well, I don't think I've ever done it with rounds before.
Rounds.
Yeah.
What do you make it, like half moons?
Yeah, probably. But now you taught us that we have to do rounds.
Yeah. Where are you from, Debbie?
Arizona.
Yeah. Okay.
I have your cookbook.
Good luck on the A's, Debbie. Okay. You're supposed to do the shot now, yeah. Debbie, I'm so proud of you. I want you to take this, grab that pan, and then I want you to take the zucchini and I want you to put it on this paper towel.
That makes sense, yes.
Don't use your hands, though. Use these, yeah. Okay. Now, no, the paper towel, honey. Yeah. No, you put the, good Lord, have mercy. You never cooked this before. So you got, like, let me, who are you with? Who are you, huh? Which one? The one with the camera?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
I got it now.
How long you been with them?
40 years.
40 years. Man, you sell a good game. You got me by 20. All right, watch. We're going to do it like, pick it up like this. I want you to just put them here, okay?
Got it.
You got it? Don't dump any oil out, you know? Now, this is kind of careful. You got to be careful. Let's put it on the steel here so you don't spill it. And then do that.
Okay. And this?
Don't burn your hand. All right, while Debbie's doing that, we're going to talk about some meat. We're here to grill, right? All right. Talk about some meat. So we got half of a short loin here, New York strips. We cut some big steaks because we're from Texas. I'll cut one for Arizona right here. This is so you don't have to wait so long, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I mean, you've been married 40 years. I don't know what's going to happen. We got to. All right, now, one more Texas steak. There we go. Okay, Debbie, put that back on the heat, would you, please? And then go sit down. You're stealing my show. A big round of applause for Debbie, all right? Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
You're a lucky man. 40 years. Shit, that's awesome. All right. Now, we're going to save this oil, okay? We're going to let the zucchini rest. What we're going to do is take a little bit of this zucchini here in a minute, and I'm going to show you something new, but let's talk about the steaks first. So we have meat here. Most of y'all have probably been to one of my classes before, I assume. If you haven't, I'll give you the quick speech on the meat. So this is the New York strip. The New York strip, does anybody know why one's called New York strip, one's called Kansas City strip? Raise your hand. Shit, only one. Sir, I have to tell you something. Since you're the only person that raised your hand, if you're wrong, you'll be shamed by 300 people. He seems confident. I like it. Where are you from? Not Arizona, obviously. So, Denver. Oh, that's fair enough. Let's hear it. It's because. Yeah, that's why you raise your hand, right? I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm asking. That's correct. And why, though? That's exactly right. You know why that is? Sir, come here and get a shot. Obviously, I just taught y'all something except for him. So the rule is we process the cattle in Fort Worth, or we process the cattle in Kansas City, for instance, if we drove them all the way to Dodge City. Come on up. So then when we ship the meat to New York on the trains, we didn't want to ship all the bones because it weighed more, cost much more money. So they took the bone out, hence the New York strip is born. See, I told you learned something today. Not a lot, just something. Debbie, what'd you do with your shot glass? You steal it? I mean, 40 years you can't buy her a shot glass? Shit. This is Aspen, you know what I'm saying? If you need a hotel room, I'll buy it for you if y'all that bad. What's your name, sir? Stu. Stu, that's my father's name. Good for you. There you go.
Okay, then.
You're from Denver or live in Denver?
Actually, I live in Denver.
All right, where are you from?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Central America, they call that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
You're one of 300 that knew the answer. Now, as I trim these up, these are prime New York strips. Now we're going to season them. First, a little bit of oil. And those of you who've taken my class know, we don't use the olive oil for the steaks. We use peanut oil or grapeseed oil. Anything can take more high heat, okay? So here we go, peanut oil. Like this. And we're going to season with salt and pepper. We're going to keep it simple today because we've got a lot of extra herbs and things coming later. So a little black pepper and then a little salt. Now, when we season with the salt, now it's boiling. You want to pack the seasoning in, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So when we season to smoke things or long cook things, we want to season lightly and never touch the seasoning, okay? But when we want to season for things that we're going to grill or sear, we want to pack the seasoning in like this. The reason for that is we want to form that crust that makes a little texture. We don't want to lock the juices in. That nobody really cares about that. We want to make sure that we have a very good texture with every bite that we have on the steak. So with meat, when you cook it properly, it should be velvety, soft when you eat it. So the only opportunity for texture is either something we put on top or the crust itself. So that's what we're going to do here. We're building a little crust, okay? Salt. Twice as much salt as you think because it's a big steak. Remember, we're going to cut it crossways and small pieces. So when that happens, you have this little bitty ring of opportunity for seasoning. So you need to make sure you season well on a thick steak. You got that, Debbie? Stu, you with me? Stu, are you with me? Okay. I'll tell you what, Stu, they had to calm you down in high school, didn't they? You were so excited. I understand. I got security outside in case you get a little overexcited or exert yourself. All right, now, so I've had this cast iron pan on medium heat for a while. So one thing to remember about cast iron is this. Turning it on high or turning it on low doesn't make a difference. Time, just like a charcoal grill, takes time for the grill to heat up. So most charcoal grills have cast iron grates. Sorry, I had a little. Don't worry, it's just almost blew up. What's that? Anyways, okay. My name is still Slim Shady, in case anybody's wondering. All right, so you want to keep it on low to medium heat so that it allows the pan to heat up properly. Putting it on high, what happens is it gets really, really hot eventually, but then you can't regulate the temperature. It stays too hot. So cooking on cast iron is always great to be on medium-high heat and wait for it to get the temperature you want, because over time it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, no matter the heat level, okay? That's a very important lesson. But it does take time. So you can't just put a cast iron pan on, turn it on high, and think you're going to cook immediately. So we're going to sear like this. Just like so. In case you're wondering, Aspen, now we're cooking some meat. Yes! We're back to a Texas class. I don't know where my glass went, but I'm good. Okay, now, as we sear the meat, it's time to make the sauce for the zucchini, okay? So this is where I really embarrass myself. I don't use these things very often, and they're super easy to use. It's what it says in the manual. Okay. We put the zucchini in like this. I feel like at any moment I'm going to sneeze like crazy. All right. So now we're going to take some pasta water in a moment. Now this is the tricky part. So we're boiling here. Now we're going to add the pasta. So remember, a dish is only going to have 4 ingredients. Hey, just so you know, if I'm gone, I have a great legacy. I was making some steaks. And, all right, so I'm going to put the spaghetti in like this. I was worried about getting on my plane flying out here with the storms. Now I'm going to die while I'm cooking. This is amazing. All right, so pasta goes in. We're going to stir it up a little bit. When you put pasta into the water, okay, dry pasta especially, immediately the starch starts coming off the pasta. That's what we want. We want starched water that we're going to put in with the zucchini. That's where you need to start taking notes. Okay, if you can see in the mirror, all that white film is the starch coming out of the pasta, okay, going into the water. Now, we can flip these and make them look cute, so we're going to do that. That's about 2.5 minutes, just so you know. This grill is, I'm guessing, I don't have a laser thermometer, but my thought is right here, we're about 380 degrees. If you grill at home, on a gas grill, you're about 450. So it requires a little less patience than what I'm having here. So Stu, do you grill at home? Only if you have a Kansas City strip, I understand. Okay. When you grill at home, the biggest thing about grilling is patience. So as you screw around with the meat, it's what messes up grilling. So we got to be patient, understand what we're doing, and have confidence in our movements as we cook. So I'm talking 2 things at once here, but the searing of the steak is important in that put it on a hot grill, let it roll, settle in, make a cocktail, okay? Don't start messing with it. That's the reason why, like, you know, everybody asks me all the time, why does my chicken stick to the grill? Because you keep screwing with it. Same reason the fish sticks to the grill. Have confidence in what you're doing. Put your meat on the grill and settle down. Just be patient. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of this pasta water, okay? Starchy water. I'm going to add it to the zucchini like this. Doesn't take much, about a half a cup there. And then we're going to puree this zucchini, I think. If this works, we need a large standing ovation. See? Just when you think I couldn't do anything, I can actually operate this machinery. So we're going to get a nice puree on this real quick. Now remember, we're just salt and pepper with garlic oil. I'm going to flip these steaks. Now you notice when I'm doing the steak, I'm putting it in a new spot every time. This is why, you know, when people sell you a grill, they tell you, oh man, you can fit 42 burgers on here, or whatever the hell they say. You can only grill on half a grill because you need the other half to move the meat around or move the vegetables around. You always want a hot space on the grill. That's very, very, very important, okay? So if you don't, then you're going to end up with a gray steak, right? Everybody know that? I should coin that, gray steak syndrome. I see a lot of people with it. So what you want is to be able to be hot all the time. The only way you do that is if you move whatever you're cooking to a new space that's hot. Because when you add something to the grill cools down, right? That's just simple math. So let's see if we did all right here. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm going to add this puree to the bowl, just like so. And we'll come back to that in a minute. We're going to continue to stir the pasta. So you guys are like, man, he's from Texas. He can't make pasta. This is bullshit. It's actually a real show. I'm actually here. Now, the steaks are about 2/3, 3/4 cooked. I'm going to pull them off and put them right side up like this and let them rest. This is the most important part of the whole gig. The steaks are going to rest. So you see what they look like now. We're going to get ready for the pasta, okay? So the pasta, we've got the zucchini puree here, which you can see, yeah? Are you guys with me or what? For a second there, I thought everybody left or something. We need to open the doors. Can we open the doors, all the smoke? Or I'll just keep drinking. Now, I'm going to add some Parmesan. This is where it gets really fun. So remember, zucchini, a little bit of olive oil, garlic flavor, salt and pepper. That's where we're at right now. Fresh Parmesan. Like so. That's right. Shit, I might even put some butter in it. Just for the people. All right. Just 2 pats, actually. And now I'm going to hit some fresh pepper. This just relies on very, very stern, pungent, flavorful flavors that are very simple, right? So let's talk about the ingredients. Olive oil, just that we cooked with, right? Parmesan cheese, zucchini, salt, and pepper, right? I'm going to add a little fresh pepper like this. And what I'm going to do is just get it where I have this really light film of fresh pepper on top of this Parmesan, okay? I promise you, you're going to go home and make this dish, as long as my pepper grinder works. And just like so. And then I'm going to pretend I just did that, so here we go. Little film like that. Can y'all see that? Great. Now, the pasta should be very close to being done. I'm going to check it here real quick. Like this. Just need a piece of it. So we'll check it. No, not done. Just kidding. It needs about 2 more minutes, well, about 45 seconds. So, as soon as I can bite through it, so now it still has a crunch in my mouth. We don't want the crunch. As we're waiting on that, I'm going to get my garlic crispies that I made. By the way, you take this stuff and put it on anything that's like gold. Just shave some garlic and fry it. It's super badass. I'm going to put it here like this, and then I'll put my squash rounds like this. Now, when the pasta's ready, I'm going to take the pasta out of the water, but I'm not going to strain it. I want the water to carry, okay? So I'm going to bring the pasta bowl over here. I'm done with that. If you really like garlic oil, I would add the garlic oil in there as well. So I'm going to take my tongs, I'm going to move the pasta here, right? And allow that starchy water to cling the pasta. So what's really important about pasta is this. If you make pasta and you strain the pasta, and God forbid you rinse the pasta, you've ruined the whole dish, okay? And I know none of y'all have done that, right? Nobody ever has strained their pasta and ran cold water over it, or water for that matter, period, right? I know y'all would never do that, so I'm not even worried. But what's happening is you're rinsing all that natural starch that comes out of the pasta, which is what makes the pasta dish amazing, okay? Now, if you're a person like me who likes to eat steak and pasta pretty much every day of their life, you learn this early on. So what I'm going to do is, this pasta is almost ready. In fact, it is ready. I'm going to pull the pasta, and as I pull it out, I want the water to come with it. Not a lot, just some. Just like we mixed some water already to get this starchy water that's going to stick to the pasta. I want the pasta to be sticky. You know what I'm talking about. If you actually strain the pasta and you let it sit there, it becomes like this clump almost, right? Everybody with me? Debbie, you with me? Jesus, God almighty. Where's my wine glass? There it is. Now, before I pull the pasta out, we're going to presume that these steaks have sat at least 20 minutes. We can let them sit 4 hours if we want, okay? Which is what you're going to do when you have your party. You're going to do all this ahead of time, get ready. So now I'm going to put this steak back on here, and things are going to start happening simultaneously, okay? So, because I want it to look cool, I'm going to turn them, all right? I'm going to pay attention. So the lines are here, there's over there, there's over here. I'm going to do some math. Okay, now, we're going to finish the steaks, which takes about 2 minutes. It's going to take me 2 minutes to make this pasta. Here we go. Now you notice, I'm not adding any salt because the water has already given me all the salt that I need. The pasta is already salted. This is very, very important. It's like grits, y'all. You can't season grits after you cook them. You can't ever do it. You can't add enough salt. You'll never get there. Bless you, whoever did that. Now, I'm going to work this over like this. I hope you can see it. And this is a constant, remember, we've got Parmesan that's melting. We've got the squash puree with the starchy water, right? And you got to work this a little bit. You want to work it until the cold butter that you put in there melts. So you can see it's not quite melted yet. And remember, we've got very hot pasta. So as we go along, like so, these tongs are made for people who don't cook a whole lot. But look at that. See how it's all stuck to the pasta? Now, wait a second. So now we're here on that. The steaks are almost done. We're going to make a quick, and I say quick, oops, quick little combination of garlic, shallot, and red wine vinegar and olive oil. This is really, and I'm not joking when I say this, if I could make this every day of my life, I would eat it every day of my life. Everything about it's amazing. I grow zucchini in my garden, so it's perfect. So shallot, fresh garlic, in here. Red wine vinegar, in here. Olive oil. Pepper. I mean, that is blowing literally right in my throat. That's amazing. Salt. What do I do with my salt? There it is. Like this. Okay? Now I'm going to just lightly mix this up. And now we're ready. You guys ready for the dish? Huh? Y'all been very, very quiet. I'm just going to assume that you enjoy my show. All right, now. Bistecca alla Fiorentina. So, now our steaks are medium rare, or at least I'm going to tell you they are, whether they are or not. Turn this off so it's not blowing in my face. Oh, shit, I'm right. They didn't bring me here 10 years for nothing. Now, look, this is what's great. So, we're going to shave this like this. Okay? This is my favorite part of the whole demo because the meat looks so freaking delicious, I can't even describe it. Now, I'm going to bring my girls up here to help me play. Girls, come here. These are my daughters. Come on. So I know. They're like, Dad, you have 10 minutes. You need to hurry up. I know. All right, so take the tongs and put it on. We're going to lay it on the plate. I'm going to show you the first one as I make the rest. So we're going to do it like this, girls, like this. So this is their third Aspen, my girls. Do it like that. All right, now, as they plate that, I want you to take this, and when she does the steak, drizzle that on top, okay? Just drizzle it. Just not pour it, drizzle it. Two different things. Now, parsley, Thai basil, cilantro, and we're going to go work it like this, okay? Very rough chop. Nothing serious about it. Nothing special about it. Oh, yeah, that's how you do it right there. Now, all these herbs like this. Watch out, baby. Huh? Now, the pasta. You can get rid of that, yeah. The pasta. Pour it all in there, yeah. Pour it all on there. Let's go. We only got 10 minutes. All right. Bistecca alla Fiorentina. These are red chili flakes if you need them. Now, the pasta, because we want it to look good, because that's how we do it around here. This is beautiful, by the way. Spaghetti with zucchini. And I grabbed the microplane right there. You got to put some parm on top of that. Good Lord. They might be wrapping that to go to Nebraska. You got to watch out. Hit it on top. Oh. Keep going. Don't stop now. These people will be embarrassed if you stop. Ladies and gentlemen, bistecca alla Fiorentina. Spaghetti with zucchini. They call this Sancerre. Now listen, this is my 10th Aspen. 10 years ago, I came here, actually 11 years ago. They didn't let me do a demo my first year here. So 11 years ago, I cooked 4 animals, 4 different ways in the courtyard of the Jerome overnight. And I also had to shoot a satellite media tour for this beer company starting at 5 in the morning. And so the producer comes up to me one day and he says, hey, I need 10 volunteers, by the way, while I'm telling the story. I need 10 volunteers. 10 volunteers. Vanessa's going to come find y'all. So the guy comes up and he goes, we need to do something to spice this up. I said, okay, let's do it. Let's do a shot. He goes, great, what do you want? I said, let's do shots of chilled Crown Royal. He goes, great. So he goes back, tells my chef in the back that's working with me, he says, hey, chef needs 2 shots of chilled canola oil really quick. And they're like, what do you mean, 2 shots of chilled canola oil? And he goes, I don't know, man. He's screaming and yelling out there. I need it really fast. So I don't know how this is, and I don't know how the guy still works for me, but he chilled 2 shots of canola oil. He brought him out. It was dark outside, 5:30 a.m. in Aspen. And I do the shot. And it's, sure enough, it's freaking canola oil. It was awful. But there's 2 things that come out of that, ladies and gentlemen. One, they asked me to come back and actually do a demo here. And 2, if you drink canola oil, you can continue drinking all day long. And it's very good for you. At least that's what they tell me. I don't know. So now, from Aspen, 11 years ago, we created Shot Roulette. So these buffoons that are up here right now are all going to get a shot of tequila, but one of them's going to get a shot of canola oil. That's how it works. Now, listen up. There's rules to Shot Roulette. You're going to get blindfolded. You're going to hold out your right hand. You're not going to smell the shot. You're not going to look at the shot because you're blindfolded. You're not going to taste the shot. You ain't going to do shit. And if you are, I'm going to take your pass, cut it off, walk you out myself, and send you back to Nebraska. Stu's going to fly you home on his jet. So listen. Does everybody understand the rules? If you get the canola shot, not only do I get to make fun of you, so do 300 of your closest friends. But you do get to drink the rest of the day, and you get a giant bag of Tim Love swag, which has got to be worth at least 250 cents. This is the truth. Cookbooks, T-shirts, lots of bullshit with wine and all that stuff. Folks, are you ready for Shot Roulette? We're almost blindfolded. I got to tell you, I do demos all over the world, and I'm not shitting when I say that. But every year when I come to Aspen, there's nothing better than making fun of the poor soul that takes this shot. Are we ready, Aspen? Upper. All right. Hold your right hand out. Don't look. Don't smell. Don't do shit. Don't be an American unless I tell you to. We have exactly 2.5 minutes left in the greatest culinary demo you've seen in Aspen in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim Love. I love y'all. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Do the shot. Oh no. Oh no, you're not going to get shamed right now. You're going to do it. 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 Aspen! Aspen! I love you! I'll see you next year!